Have you ever had that situation where the client signs the check for services? They hand the check to you, and the moment you receive that check, you think to yourself, they are not paying us enough. Let's resolve that in today's video.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool.
It's Alzay Calhoun with Coveted Consultant, and in these videos, I just want to offer you some things that people should have told you a long time ago. This one is about pricing and this friction that we feel when it's time to put your prices forward. Sometimes the friction that you feel when you've been paid and you realize that you immediately have undercharged. How do you think about that differently? How do you think about that better? Well, there are a couple of concerns, a couple of fears that people have when it's time to have the pricing conversation, and it's typically one of three. So the first is that you don't want to leave any money on the table. So, you know, we all want to be valued for what we do, right? But we don't want to undercharge. And so there's this friction in this, you know, this funny feeling that we get when it's time to put the number forward because we don't want to underprice ourselves, right? Thing number two is we don't want to price gouge. So on the other end, right, you don't want to be the guy who's charging $10,000 when the client only had $2,000, you know, in their budget for services. You don't want to be that guy. Third, in all that conversation, is you just don't want the rejection. Right? None of us like being told no, me included. None of us like being told no. And so you don't want to put yourself forward inappropriately and just get rejected. Here's what's wrong about that entire way of thinking. All of that revolves around you. It's about what you want. You don't want to overcharge. You don't want to undercharge. You don't want to be rejected. Who cares? This engagement is not about you. This engagement is about the client you're serving. And this engagement is about that client clearly understanding what's about to happen, clearly understanding their existing problem, and clearly understanding that you are about to solve that problem for them. The clearer they understand all of that on their end, the easier it is to put whatever the appropriate number is on that check. You've got to make a shift here. Pricing is not about you. Pricing is about them. At the end of the day, the client decides the value of your services. If you believe your services should be priced at this number, but your client believes they should be at this number, you're simply talking to the wrong client. You should put your services in front of other clients, and that decision is up to you. Your decision to focus in one area or another. Bottom line is this. For every person who will pay $3 for a hamburger, there is someone who prefers the fine dining version for $50. For every person who chooses to buy a car at $15,000, there is someone who will buy a Rolls Royce for $150,000. There's always that change or that difference in attitude. The question is that who are you choosing to put your services in front of? Hey, it's Alzay again, and I appreciate you for watching that video. I know that things are really straightforward when they're here on the screen, neatly laid out and everything. But if you want to take the next step, what do? Well, you got a couple of choices. You can subscribe to the channel, you can watch another video, but if you're looking for actual actionable support, if you want help, if you really are looking forward to changing these things in your business, there's a free training that I have. There's a link in the description below, and there's a link here on the screen for you to select. So if you click that link, watch the training, and if it makes sense, you can join our community. Thanks again for your time.